kilos, safe working load of 900 kilos, and they have got a swing gate on the side of it, which makes it a lot easier to feed through the rope. And you get these new fancy doobie ones. They have got a fixed gate on the side, but they have got the sleeve does break. They've got a safety system at the back to catch the rope. Nearly everybody's in their roof safety kits and vertical rescue kits have got the 11mm type. You'll need carabines with the lock gate. Just make sure always give them a check. If you do drop a carabine, just throw it. You know, if you do give it a hard enough drop over 2 metres onto the ground, so quite easy to break. You don't want to find out they've got stress fatigue when you're hanging off them or hanging something else off them. And the one thing else I forgot, we're using a couple types of slings. The double tubal type, the 25mm, and the 50mm single tape. Our task today will be, we're going to be using the vehicle as the object to move, using the anchor point off that tree. So we're going to use it all the time so you get a different feel of what it's like to pull that cruiser with different devices. Has anybody done a dead pulley drag? Where's my assistant? Okay, so our object is to move that Toyota, hopefully up to that log there. It's about 2,500 kilos, 2.5 tonnes. A lot of people don't realise when starting to pull a vehicle, it's quite alright how you got it there, it's got a nice level flat ground and everything, but if that was in into mud down to a stiff, you're putting a lot more force on your pulling application. That's when you start using pulleys to relieve the load. Okay, so there's a Z drag, which you'll need an 11mm rope. And some sort of webbing to go around your anchor point. Now, I'll just talk about anchor points, we'll get onto this a bit off there a bit later on. But when you get the spectral anchor point, just walk around it, make sure none of the roots are exposed and that. Give it a hug. Give it a shake, so you are starting to move it, you know it's not a suitable anchor point. You can get large rocks that are fairly large in size, but they're just sitting on the top of the earth, which are quite easy the rope or the sling to slide underneath them. So you just walk up, give it a hug, you might feel like a bloody greenie, and just give it a shake so it's nice and solid. And if any exposed rope, roots and that, just sort of take care of that. That's a sign of it is weakening. And he's back. Since we're going to move that Toyota, which is over 2.5 tonne, that would work, but since we've got a 50mm tape, we'll select to it. Need 4 eyes. To make your sling, with a thumb knot, at least 75mm tail hanging out. Get all the twisters out of it. All stuff up here. Feeding back through.
That's the only knot that'll ever work on tape, isn't it?
It is 2 reasons. It is one, the skewer knots for ropes, strength wise, and when you before the harnesses come out, when you used to make them out of the webbing, it actually sat flat on your side. That's one of the main reasons. If you do make a chest harness or a sit harness out of it, the knot will sit flush on your sides. I must have put one kink in there. No. So just give it clear around the back, and then just make sure there's no sharp objects sticking, little broken branches, anything sticking out of the tree which will damage the tape. We've got an axe or something just going to do for clean. Make sure it's all nice and clean around it. Open your sling. see how Pete's got that tape knot halfway down, coming down one side. You don't want it hitting right at the back, or right here where you're putting the carabiner through. Lock your gate. Feed your right back up. And you find yourself a nice piece of. Now this is where you have to work out how far you want to move the vehicle. If you only wanted to move a metre, with the prossing nut about 1.5 metres down from the pulley, you want to move it. But if you've got more room and enough rope to do it, actually only go about 1 metre off. So you have to work out roughly how far you want to pull it. So you put a prossing knot in. Always go around 3 times. Some people do 2, but you want a nice strong hold fast. Get your other carabiner and your pulley. When you pick up the pulley there, because I don't want them to lie on in dirt and that, just give them a quick spin around with your finger. Some you can pull apart. They've got a, what do we call them, not a circlip, you've got a circlip pin on there. You can take them out and grease the centre bearing and the oil ball bearing run. Fasten your gate, tighten your gate right up. Back it off 1/4 of a turn, so you've got a bit of movement in there. You don't want it done up right tight. When you go as far as you can, just back them off 1/4 of a turn. So. Fastening. Yeah, what I'll get a decent next time. Some vehicles have got a hook onto the chassis. We're going to replace the. We're just going to use a D shackle. Just take a bit of strain off the rope. Hopefully we'll go through. Now, what sort of knot could we use to tie that on to?
Not a thumb knot. Figure 8 on the bike?
Threaded figure of 8, which is the figure 8. Go through your object and following back through it. I won't have enough. That's a disadvantage when you're starting to work with ropes instead of using a steel wire rope, which they have got hooks, so there's one less thing you have to do and one less weaker point. As soon as you're tying a knot in the rope, you're making a weaker point in the rope. Should we have a safety line on this?
Yeah.
Might actually.
Safety lines in the car, great.
Just a drag line or something. So do your re-threaded figure 8. Is that nice and neat for you? About nice and
Yeah,
crisp?
I'll zoom right in on it. Yeah.
Remember you have got stretch in the rope also, you've got about 5%. Going to rope for the few. It's not for you, so I've got a fair bit more. Just you have to play with it for a while. You get take your stretch out of it. Not long enough rope. Work your way, work your stretch out of it. But also leaving enough room. Now, before you start applying any weight, just go back through. You can check all your caribous and all your knots, rusty knot and everything, and do a final check around behind the tree there, or your anchor fast. Make sure nothing's in there biting. Now, with your sling, you don't want it over 90 degrees. Practically try to keep it at 90 degrees, which is your thumb and your next finger. So that would be at 90 degrees. It's under 90 degrees. That'd be roughly 45 degrees, which is quite good. You don't want it on over 90 and you start spreading the weight too much. Happy? Yep. Now we need three fit blokes with their helmet and their gloves, please. This is not written in the book, and something I like to do when you are starting to, which we already have, put something over this little wire rope. I have to using 11mm commando rope. Tie something that's highly visible over it. You've got a fair bit of tension there. The last thing you want to do is someone to walk into the rope. What's the other reason? And another reason you can do, you've got a blanket, you can lie the blanket over the rope, or you can put the blanket over the windscreen if it does, rope does break, or mainly when you're using steel cable wire rope, if it does break and fling back, four blokes sitting in the driver's seat get a nasty shock, something going through the window. Okay, so I'll just grab a couple of young blokes with a good back. Now, as we have to start doing a bit of communication with each other. Take up your slack. Pass on to the next one. Sorry, I'm there too much. Okay, talk to yourself. The next plate walks in. We've got a good obstacle there to move, which you can see. That's over 2.5 tonnes. 3 blokes there, pulling it up quite well on about a 10-15 degree angle. Just keep talking to each other, so breathe a P.
Never wrap your rope around your hand, Eddie. Take it off.
Wrap your hand around, once it does slide.
Take it off.
So you have to work as a team here.
Hey. No, just
grab it.
Hey. Grab it.
You can't run it around your back either.
No, you just want to go through your hand.
What's the rope rate?
That is 3.5. Teammanship works in as well. You have to work as a team. If you are out of 6, it does knock you around. But as you can see there, it's well over 2.5 tonnes. Just using 11mm commando rope.
Hey Robert, the bloke at the back's got his hands in his pocket, mate.
And 2 lightweight rescue pulleys. It is quite easy to move a I won't say easy.
Get your foot off the brake there, Pete.
If you only had that running through one pulley, you come in trying to pull it back down that way, you never do. As you're going through, you're changing the ratio 3 to 1. Sorry, 2 to 1. Every time I run through a sleeve, you're going to have to change the ratio by 1. So you've got 2 pulleys there, and I think we'll let them have a break there. Anything will stay in there, Pete, we'll just get another side shot guard. We're going to use this tree and this vehicle for different winching device, or pulling device. Another 3 guys want to have a go? Well, they take the slack and everything up for you, so you have a great start here now.
One thing I was thinking, be careful. Every time I go down the gravity again.
Yeah, watch that, you know, but
Let that
Keep the brake off the brownie.
or else you'll dig me.
You alright?
Better reverse and brake.
Right.
That's
Hey!
right. Work as a team and talk to each other.
Hey!
Ready?
Yes!
Yeah, just be careful when you're coming back down. You're letting your hand coming too close to the pulley. If someone slips, you'll end up with some
Hey!
shorter fingers.
Hey! Let the hair break off or you're dead, Pete! Hey! Right, I'm going to let this
Okay,
go.
you see how that is. Don't go down. Another 3 guys.
Oh, my.
John. There we go. Okay, just get an idea of how easy it is between the surfer.
Now you know why you don't use it with...
Yeah, that's why you should always have a
Oh!
surfer winch lying around somewhere a lot easier.
I'm not. Actually, between my legs.
That's it. The bloke at the front, or I'll say person at the front, don't let your hand come down here too far. We'll get caught fully. And never wrap the rope around your hand or around your back. If that blows shit quick, you won't get it out inside.
Oh, it's going
What's the way when we're pulling it to go and anchor it so we can
Correct.
have a rest of
Yeah,
it?
and you could do it that way. As you're pulling it up, you could have some guy behind chocking the wheels with the load, but you have to be very careful as doing it, because if it does slip, you want to be a very good team member and someone.
Yeah, but if you got 6 or 7 blokes
Yeah.
or whatever, you can have 6 up here.
You wouldn't have that sort of tail rope either.
Yeah, 6 up here and...
We've had that tail of the rope was longer, the running end of the rope was longer, but 6 or 7 guys on there, you have it up there, no worries. Maybe.
Hey, who come running through this? Go on, Stephen.
No, come on.
As you see, you've got a lot of stretch in that rope there.
Hey! 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 Get into it! Go, boys! You get it up there, go! Hey!
As you can see, there's that much stretch in that rope. You're getting it up to about 30% of being a used rope. And he's got that wheel in a nice strut there too.
Yeah.
Do you feel the rope bloody sort of vibrating?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't have to come out.
Thing.
You will?
Yes.
You get that, Greg?
I did actually.
So anytime you're working with wire rope, you must
This
have
is Fred putting his gloves on.
I just imagine the sound effect for this one.
Oh yeah, we'll give it heaps.
Okay. So you just push the locking device back. And there's one at the front. Now, speak.
You've got to have clean gloves, Fred.
Just pull the. No, yep, that one. Now this should run out.
Yeah.
As you see, Pete has got his safety gloves on. Okay, you see we have got not much cable out of there at all. So I'll go and grab a extension strap. See how we've got very limited, what you got there, about 1.5 metres to extend it.
If that.
If that. You use a piece of steel cable, guys, but I'll just go and grab a new nylon webbing, easy thing to work with.
I out there, grab some food, guys.
Winch extension strap. No, it's not a snatcher strap. It's what I call a snatcher strap. You have to be careful, they should be kept in their packets.
Never to be taken out.
That's the wrong one.
They're only there for show.
Okay,
That's the winch extension.
that is a winch recovery. They look very similar, but now that will not stretch. It was only got a very limited stretch. This is a snatch strap, which you often see people recovering with from one vehicle to the other.
Pulling bull bars off.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got some. I'll get a video I'll send you that we shot at our 4-wheel drive course.
They look very similar. Don't use a snatchum strap as a extension strap. These, when you're pulling one vehicle from another vehicle, they stretch, store kinetic energy, and they get to a certain length, and they'll spring back in. That's why they call them snatch.
So is the colour coding
No.
a specific thread or?
what's what they should be kept in their bag or
It's,
written on.
you can tell from the stretching it,
Yeah.
the stitching, I should say.
So good idea, grab black text and write.
Right on it, yeah. So I down because I thought that was. And lucky that one's still in there. And there's a bit more different variety. That there is a lot softer feel. Where here it is a lot harder tape and it's different threading. You
It's
see
also doubled, isn't it?
it's see how this is actually weaved.
Yeah.
And this one here is just more of a seat belt.
And it's got the
Big-
stitching down
yeah.
the side too.
It's bloody long. It's going to be too long.
How many metres is it? Just got
It should be 15 metres that should be.
Back it down to the horse yard.
No, that's a 20 metre. Grab drag chain. I'll bring the whole vehicle down.
I was just going to say, you should have bought everything in one go.
Yeah.
Trying to recover the wrong vehicle.
15 metre one. Drag chain. Engine frame like that. Yeah, that.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have videoed that.
Please delete that.
As with a normal rope, normal chain, sorry, it's got no eyes or hooks. You can hook them up through a D-shackle, but you're going to be using a fairly small D-shackle, and you don't tie knots in chain, so try to carry a drag chain with you. You can tie knots in them, and as soon as you start to
That'd work in the links, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it stresses them out no end.
Dramatically.
as soon as you put a knot in something, you're reducing it.
Yeah.
Even a rope, you are reducing it at least by 50%.
Ooh.
Okay, so we're moving the vehicle, so we use the drag chain down that end and the winch up there. If you set the winch up down, the hand winch down that end, you're going to be working on top of yourself. If the vehicle does come forward or backwards, you're likely to go with it.
That end down here.
Yep. And with a sling, that's a big sling.
You want that one, Fred, or not? You want to use that one?
There's the big one you move.
No, I've got another one here.
Stays over the rock, I think.
Yeah, what about that
Right
one?
in front of you.
Big blue, thick one.
Do you want a bigger D-shackle?
No, no.
No, he's got a D-shackle.
No, I just thought I had the other sling here, the synthetic sling.
Need this one.
Okay, so we'll do this one out of all wire. Using a tape on it is not very advisable and should not be done because you can put a lot more force on here, so it'd be very easy to exceed the safe working load on it.
Anytime you want to break the more than 2 you can.
Yep.
So it's up to you as the
Yep, I'll just run through this one, then when we come back,
instructor to
do a
find
demonstration on this and then come back and have a go. Okay, however, this one is a very lucky one. It has got a safe working load, which isn't stamped.
That's helpful.
Okay, they'll often have,
We had yeah.
so look, usually with a safe working load, they'll have a tag or they'll see them stamped on the sleeve.
You see that rusty old one that you don't use, you didn't have it, so you don't use it. Especially you don't use it.
That was me last week when we were going for the wire rope. Close you possibly can, because that's where the strength of the trees, you start putting the sling up there, might be easy to work, but you start to make the tree sway. And we haven't got enough room anyway, still have it.
Have we got any bags for the tree?
You have to jump in and drive the vehicle up a bit.
Yeah, I'll just move the vehicle up to this one.
I was only joking. But if you can drive it up, what are you recovering it for?
You pull,
All right,
you
everyone,
pull
get
it up
on.
the hill.
Pull the vehicle up.
So with the cable,
Where's your vehicle?
Yeah, we're going to bang, yeah, we're going to do that in a second.
We got the Superman here. Look at this. Crazy. Oh.
Hey, go back here. Hey. Okay. It is a problem. All these new ones do come with the mouse already on them. That is called the mouse. It's spelled in the book about 3 times. It's called a moose, but it is a mouse. As you can see, we have got a problem there. We cannot close the mouse. So I'll go and get a bit of wine. I'll do that. I'm just going to show them this way. I want someone to swing that winch around so we've actually got the dummy working right on the ground there.
What did you get away with dropping?
Or a caribou. You're starting to talk into higher rating stuff and...
That'll close on one.
Yep, that one's right. As far as you can go. The old clove. Bloody. Yep. Anybody? Okay, see, coming across, but at least a half hitch around it. Then come back around over the top, and you just finish off with a clove hitch. Hopefully you haven't got something this small to work with. That's just sort of Japanese hands. And just bring that down on the bottom. As you can see that there, that is holding that in. It won't let it slip. Done it wrong. That is not the best hook, because when you look at a proper hook, it starts out wide there, then goes in thinner. It won't hold it because it's not the right, it's a cheap, nasty hook. So we will use that invisible D-shackle. The top one's right.
No, it only goes round.
Oh, one. Yeah.
Where did you get that one from? Out of the box?
No, it was sitting over on the back.
Oh, that might be the one that I moved one.
Another one there. Okay, we'll set this up, then we'll go and have more than tea.
Always put it on the screw part. And you're going to be trouble again. You're not going to fit. You're not having much luck, are you, Fred?
Will actually slide through there.
It only just went through that thickness and closed up.
Otherwise,
When you buy a winch,
won't you?
went in at an angle.
Let this be a reminder to you all that this organization will not tolerate failure.
Oops! I did it again, baby.
Yeah!
What led you through the hopelessly tangled underbrush of private security organizations to our door? Stellar word of mouth? Our fine client roster? Those flyers we put up in that public urinal?